All right. What's going on, everyone? We just got a major release several hours ago from Alibaba. Their next open source model, Qwen 3.8 Max, is rivaling the top frontier models that are out, including Fable, and everyone is raving about it. It is actually on the leaderboard for the Vision Arena, so it's ranking number 2 after Fable 5, and I imagine Opus 5 as well, because Opus 5 is the top when it comes to visual. Now this is big because the cost to run this model is significantly less than all the other frontier models. So we're looking at $2 per input tokens, per million input tokens, and then $6 per million output tokens. To put that into perspective, GPT 5.6 Sol, it's $3.75 to $5 per million input token, per million tokens. The output cost is almost $30. Opus 5 for input, 25 for output, and Fable 10 and 50. So you're able to run this model Qwen 3.8 Max at a fraction of the cost. Now, there have been several open source models that have launched in the last few weeks. We had DeepSeek V4, which is officially the cheapest model of the major models to run. DeepSeek V4 is also a very quality model. It's also small enough that you can, in a practical sense, run this on your own hardware as an individual, and it literally costs pennies to do a real work, and also all sorts of creative endeavors. I've been seeing some really cool products and just experiments people have been doing with the V4 model, especially when it comes to games. Here's a good example right here of someone who used the DeepSeek V4 Flash within the Hermes agent, and in one prompt was able to build this out in just 32 minutes for 7 cents. And so V4 is an exceptional model from a price standpoint, price to quality standpoint. We have Qwen 3.8 Max, as I just mentioned, through Alibaba, and then Kimi K3, which launched a few weeks ago as well, that many people have actually started to integrate into their existing models. So using a Fable and then routing to Kimi for the execution, or using a codex and then routing to Kimi for the front end, because Kimi is on the level, if not higher, than Fable and Opus 5. And so these Chinese open source models applying a lot of pressure to the US, because we haven't seen a release at this level of intensity from the US in the last few weeks, and everything is continuing to accelerate. Word is that GLM 5.3 is to be launching soon as well, and so it's going to be interesting to see. OpenAI's GPT-6 is noted to be launching soon, and they've been testing a new model that's been described as Astra, that's been able to solve some very complicated mathematic problems, and that's expected to be the Fable level, Mythos level model that they put out. But these open source models are now very comparable to what we currently have for the frontier models. Outside of Fable 5, it's pretty much indistinguishable when you look at the Qwens, the Kimis, the Mini Maxes, the GLMs. And there's also been a big call for the US to slow down on AI development because of how capable we're seeing these AI models and what they're able to do from a security breach standpoint. And so with China not slowing up, and also now having secured their own chips and compute to move forward without necessarily needing the US as much, it's going to be hard for anything to really slow down. And I expect this all to continue to accelerate over the coming months. And by the end of 2026, we can be looking at a whole different kind of world that we're living in. Every month right now is bigger than the month before. And so if you are a builder, if you are an operator, if you are a consultant, professional, whatever kind of space you're in, you want to be kind of stretching the way you're thinking about how you can use these AI tools, because we're seeing real disruption in real time. So we'll see what the rest of the week brings. If you want to try out Qwen 3.8, you can download the Coder platform. It's an agentic platform for real work. Qwen was actually noted to run for several days. I think they said 16 days, and that's pretty impressive. More than even the US frontier models have been able to do. And Alibaba is giving some really crazy discounts to use their model at pennies for the dollar. I mean, there are certain points in time, even just in the last few weeks, where they're giving 98% off if you were on the Coder platform. So worth taking a look at, especially if you want to be sort of token efficient. But that's it for this one. Qwen 3.8 Max, the AI race continues.